Every morning, I would wake up at 6 a.m. with bloodshot eyes and a sore, aching body. I would drag myself under freezing cold water just so I could wake up. Following my shower, I would visualize, journal, eat breakfast, and make lunch before departing for school. Class ran from 9 to 3, and directly at the bell, I would rush to my car to begin my hour-and-a-half journey to soccer practice. Practice ran every night, 7 days a week for 2 hours, and I would typically get home at around 8 p.m. The remainder of my night, from 8 until 12, would be spent doing homework, until routinely falling asleep with my laptop by my side. That was a day in the life of high school Sam. For 1,424 days, I repeated that routine. For 4 years, I sacrificed everything to pursue my dream of playing professional soccer. But at the age of 17, everything changed. It was mid-November, 1 week before the biggest tournament in my life, and I was playing in a friendly match with my team. I remember this like it happened yesterday. Just before halftime, I went shoulder to shoulder with this 200-pound beast. And after our initial contact, I caught myself, but quickly realized that something was off with my left knee. And for the next 5 minutes, I ran around the field in pain before deciding that I had to get off. And as I crossed the sideline, I immediately knew something was terribly wrong. I burst into tears. That night, I cried myself to sleep. Fast forward 1 month, and I got the MRI results back, and it turned out that I had torn the meniscus in my left knee. I felt absolutely defeated, mentally and physically, because I just missed the opportunity I had been training for so emphatically. See, I wanted this dream so badly, and I wasn't ready to give it up. So I got the surgery done, and I got back onto the field, and I resumed my daily grind. Waking up at 6 a.m., driving to school, forcing myself to stay awake to get good grades, only to rush to my car and begin my hour-and-a-half journey back to soccer. Then I would drive home and keep my homework up to date before going to bed at 12 a.m. And I repeated that routine for another 4 months. And things started looking great. I was getting calls from Division I universities. They flew me out to Memphis to visit a university fully paid for. I thought this was the one. Until a week after the trip, I found myself in another hard tackle. It took me right back to square one. I tore the meniscus in my left knee a second time. This time around, I broke down, uncontrollably crying in front of my family, friends, and worst of all, my teammates. I didn't understand why life was beating me to the ground for no reason. I then had a second surgery, and even took a 5th year of high school to try and keep my dream alive. And just when I thought things could not get any worse, it happened again. This time in my other knee, forcing me to quit and give up the sport I love. You see, it was at that point in my life that I had so deeply attached my identity to the sport I played. My bedroom was full of trophies, jerseys, and posters of my favorite teams. And my email was SoccerSam99. You see, soccer was all I knew, and I feared that I would be worth absolutely nothing without it. But it was while all of this was going on that I had a very pivotal person in my life, a high school teacher, who helped me take my passion for soccer and funnel it down another avenue. Now, what I'm about to tell you will not make any sense unless you really put yourself in my shoes and experience the pain I felt. For 15 years, I chased this one dream. My dream of getting a scholarship was gone. My dream of going pro, gone. My dream of seeing my jersey in my bedroom, totally gone. And then this teacher steps into my life and profoundly changes my path, profoundly changes everything that I ever believed in his class. I will never forget this. It was April 2017, and I was sitting in my teacher's world issues class. That day in class, my teacher was breaking down figures in history who have massively changed this world. You know all the classics like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Gloria Steinem, Gandhi, Lewis Tappan. The list goes on. And my teacher took these figures and he broke down their lives, trying to figure out what common characteristics they all shared, to figure out what enabled them to make such a massive change in the world. And what we found was that there was many distinct traits that made them each different and unique. But there was one trait common among them all. And my teacher's plan was to use this trait to try and prove to us that if we embodied it, we too could make a massive change. And what was that trait? Well, he showed us that they all took small, consistent actions that led to a global massive change. That day in class, my teacher proved to me that I could make a massive change in the world if I committed to small, consistent actions. At a time in my life where I just had to give up everything I ever believed in, I decided to redirect that energy towards trying to solve social issues. And I left class that day with a burning desire within my heart to make a change within my community. But at the age of 17, I had absolutely no idea how I was going to accomplish anything. I didn't even know where I wanted to go to school. But 14 days after that class, I was walking home, and the answer to that question literally hit me as I stumbled over a coffee cup. Sounds really funny. At that moment, I realized there's litter everywhere, and I walk past it every single day going home from school. Why not just pick it up? I had absolutely no other thing I wanted to do. I said I had no idea how I was going to make a change. So I took my teacher's theory and I put it to the test. And for 4 months, my small, consistent action was picking up litter while walking home from school. Thank you. And I had absolutely no idea where it would lead. I just knew that it was my way of making a small impact. 5 days before summer break, my best friend Dylan Mendez saw me driving home. He rolled down his window, stopped and said, "Sam, what the heck are you doing?" You see, he only knew me as Soccer Sam, and he couldn't comprehend why I was picking up trash. But when I stopped and explained to him the theory of small, consistent actions, he absolutely loved it. The first Saturday of summer, he called me up, and he said, "Sam, it's time that we do something with this." And that was the day that my life changed forever. You see, little did I know that my teacher's theory was correct, and my small, consistent action of picking up litter would grow into a citywide initiative called Pick Waste. We meet up to clean up for 1 hour once a week. And since July 1st, we have completed over 60 cleanups and filled 650 bags of litter, all because of one coffee cup, all because I committed to a small, consistent. You see, the purpose of my speech today is not to tell you to go and pick up trash. Please don't get me wrong. That theory, that's how it played out with the theory in my personal life. But it's different for each and every one of us because we all have different passions. You see, my teacher told me that I should view the world with a smile, knowing that if there is something that I don't like about it, I do have the power to change it. And whenever someone would stop me in my tracks while I'm picking up trash and ask me, "How the heck do you plan on changing the world?" I would calmly stop, recall my teacher's wisdom, and respond with 3 simple words: small, consistent action. Thank you.
That's great. That's just great. That's amazing.
Sorry, guys.
No, that's beautiful. That's so beautiful.